Hey guys, this is James, and I am going to be playing Home, a unique horror adventure by Benjamin Rivers. It's a game on the PC, PS4, PS Vita, and iOS. I'm playing it on PC, and it's about $3. It came out back in 2012, and apparently I bought it back in 2012. Uh, I guess I saw it for $3, said this looks cool, and it is cool. But this is going to be one of the first games I'm playing for my horror month for October. I don't think this will be the first video, but just going to put it out there. And if that doesn't never happened, well, I got lazy and didn't do a whole bunch of videos. But yeah, we are going to start playing Home. Press space. I'm going to be using my quiet keyboard, so hopefully that helps. Your game will be saved automatically at certain points. However, we recommend you put aside an hour and a half and complete Home in a single sitting. Okay, an hour and a half. That's longer than I thought it took to beat this game. I thought it was more like 45 minutes, but still, that's fine. I might split this into multiple videos, I might not. So it says here, turn up the sound. I actually lowered the sound because I have to talk and listen at the same time, which always throws me off. And turn off the lights, which I did do because it is the middle of the day and lights don't have to be turned on. It is like cloudy and I think it's supposed to rain today, so it is kind of dark outside. All I remember at that point was finding myself alone. Okay. Oh, there we go. I apparently have to click the arrow down here, or maybe just left click, but you can't see my mouse button. Oh, my head. Where was I? It was so dark. I have to physically click the arrow. Cool. There's something by my feet. A flashlight? Alright. Can I... Oh, I have to use the arrow keys, not WASD. This might be a little problematic on this keyboard, but it should be fine. Alright, so this is our guy. As you can see, the game is very, I guess 8-bit pixel kind of a game. And it's pretty much a walking simulator, I guess. Maybe that's not the right term, but it's a very narrative-focused game. That house. Where was I? Oh, well, looks like a dead body or some garbage on the floor. There was a body, I called it. Also garbage, I guess. Lying on the floor. Who was it? I don't know. Holy shit. I didn't recognize that as a cat at first until it made the sound. That scared the shit out of me. Oh, which is not great because I originally picked this game because I'm like, it's not that scary. But it has some good sounds to it. Alright, so bookcase, computer. The desk had a computer and some papers on it, and a single drawer. I didn't want to snoop, but did I open the drawer? So, this is what we're gonna do. For every choice we make, I am gonna roll a dice. Well, a die, I should say, a d6. So for yes, we're gonna say even. For no, it's gonna be odd. Let's roll the dice. A 1, so no. Maybe it was better that I left the desk alone. Maybe. Or maybe not. I mean, this isn't our house. It makes sense not to touch things. Especially when there's a dead body. Police are gonna find our fingerprints. Blood on the wall. It smelled fresh and sickening. I realized there was blood on my shoes and pants. Oh man. I had to get out of here. Alright. Let's head downstairs, or up, not down. I noticed that I limped as I moved down the stairs. Would you notice that you've been limping, or wouldn't you notice that there's a pain in your leg? Let's continue. How did I hurt my leg, I wonder? All I could really recall was coming home, seeing Rachel. I was upset. She looked afraid. I shook my head and tried to clear it. I knew I should head downstairs, tried to find a way out. Alright. So, more stairs, I guess a basement. What's this? A thin gray mouse was stuck in a trap. It looked frantic, but exhausted. Did I free it? I rolled a 4, so yes, we did. What is this supposed to be? Like a bird cage or a... Oh, it's a coat hanger. Okay. A collection of rusty tools. These look like they'd seen a lot of use and were caked in damp-smelling dirt. Why weren't they in a shed? Some people keep shit inside. Oh, a picture. I found a picture of a couple. It looked like it's been moved a lot. There seems to be a switch behind it. Did I push the switch? A 2, so yes we did. It depressed smoothly into the wall. I heard a faraway click somewhere. Okay. I mean, if you find a switch, you gotta flip it. So let's see if there's anything down further this way. Oh, bookcase. The shelf was full of books on local history and hunting. Seemed like the owner of the house really knew the area. Wonder if this is a... Okay, what was that noise? An old dining table covered in dirty dishes for 2 people. There were dozens of beer cans and other liquor bottles among the dishes. The smell was turning my stomach. What is this? A black and white photo. Looked like the man upstairs and his wife. I guess there was no reason for me to keep this. Did I take it? And a 5. No, we did not. No reason to take that. I figured this was no help to me, so I left it behind. I kind of want to take a look at that portrait again, just to see what the people looked like. One person has red hair and one has brown hair. I mean, if that was my character, you would think you would notice it's his photo. Let's not think about that too much. I mean, we just found ourselves in a house on a rainy night with a murdered body. No reason to think about that. Let's head this way. Oh, this game is good. Door was taped up and seemed to be stuck, but the smell, I guessed it, led to the kitchen. The switch in the wall appeared to have unlocked the door. Okay. Let's see. Oh, way down to the basement, I think. The box looked heavy, but there were marks on the floor. It had obviously been moved before. Maybe I had found a way out. I must have moved it, right? Let's find out. A 5. No, we did not. I left it alone, but I couldn't think of another option. So we might have to go through that. Dice be damned. Oh. We can go in the kitchen now. There were sheets of paper all over the kitchen table. It looked like a series of names were written down, but they were too smudged to read. I could only make out a few of the notes. Keycard, Ocker, last one, I promise. It didn't make much sense at the time. Is that... Oh! I got an achievement, cause and effect. I think because the mouse is here. Maybe the mouse let me into the kitchen? That doesn't really make much sense, but whatever. Oh, a mirror. I looked like hell. My clothes were dirty and torn, and there was mud caked all over my shoes. The bathroom was incredibly clean. Every surface had been thoroughly wiped, and nothing seemed out of place. That seems a bit odd to notice. Oh, what's this on the ground? There was a photoed development tray lying on the floor. Some leftover negatives were sticking out, but they were pretty blurry. I thought I saw what looked like treetops. Okay. Thought I heard something. Oh! The front door was blocked by a pile of furniture. I knew I had to find another way out. Okay, so it seems like we have to move that box. That's a shame. The box looked heavy, but there were marks on the floor. Yes, I read this already. Why am I doing it again? I heaved the box forward and it finally gave. There was a ladder going underground where the box was. A dank smell rose from the passage. Did I climb down the ladder? I'm not even gonna roll. We seem to have to go this way. My leg hurt like hell as I climbed down that ladder. The tunnel below was even darker, and the smell wasn't getting any better. But I had to get out of there and find my way home. I would assume this is a basement. Footprints in the dirt looked like more than one kind, and a lot of traffic. Odd. Places all over were marked on the old maps of town. The individual areas near the river, various houses, and even the water tower near the old rail station. Alright. Newspaper clippings from the local paper. They were all about murderers in town over the last few years. Wait. There were photos. Photos of our house. What the hell is that about? Maybe I should have looked around more. Tried to find some kind of information. A work table covered in papers, dirt. A handgun? I hated guns. I didn't take it, did I? Let's find out. A 1, so no. Guns kill people? We don't want to kill people. I didn't even want to touch the thing. Better I left it right where it was. And a ladder that goes up or down. It was so dark down there and the air smelled stale and putrid. I couldn't believe what I saw. What was this place? Okay, we went down a ladder. Why is this connected to a house? The desk looked old and was caked with grime. On it was a stack of old faded paper, covered with what looked like names. They were scratched out and I'm so bad with words. And hard to read. Notes were written besides them in faded blue ink. I could only make out a few letters. This is why I edit Academagia so hard. I can't really do that in this video though, because of the background noise. He, I've, a, hell, r, raf, o, ro. None of it made any sense to me. Oh, a door. There looked to be bones half dug in the ground, and the remains looked old. Who put them there? I'm more worried about what looks like shackles on the wall here, but okay. I mean, clearly this was a murder, torture dungeon. That's why I like how this light gives off light, but only when I'm near it. Some kind of homemade rack slung together with poorly cut wood and rope. It was caked with old blood. Somebody didn't actually use that, did they? No, they just poured some blood on it, made it look nice. I mean, oh, I can actually look at these things. Interesting. So I can hold up my flashlight. Rusted hooks like the kind you find in a butcher hung from the ceiling. They looked pitted and worn from heavy use. That man upstairs, did he do this? A crudely made shelves. They looked like they were holding cans of some kind of corrosive. The labels were worn and slick, but I could still see the warnings. I'm half tempted to go back in that room. It looked like a cage? It was small, but there was something coating the bottom. Something wet. Like blood? Yeah, okay, let's see. I can only push the light down. I can't push it. I can only push the light up. I can't push it down. So probably haven't missed too much. And I stop when I have it raised. Some kind of old boxes. They look like they were years old. Wait a minute. These boxes had old clothes in them. Clothes I remember throwing out after Rachel and I moved to town. What the hell were they doing there? What is that noise? Like I knew it was bats, but half of that noise did not make sense to me. Oh, I remembered noticing the broken ladder. I had to be careful. Or walk past it for now. Go through this door. What did that say? Man. There was a rope hanging there. I wasn't sure how sturdy it was. Did I take it? Let's find. Actually, I should take it. I rolled a 4, so we do get to take it. Maybe the rope would make the broken ladder easier to descend. Maybe. I can't wait to replay this video and see if I can decipher what some of the background noise is. Because that was definitely someone talking in the last room. The rope I found would have let me climb down the broken ladder safely. Did I climb down? Yes. I'm not even gonna roll. I don't think we can go further without doing it. I can hear a faint hum, and the smell from before started to get worse. Alright, nowhere that way, so let's go this way. A bunch of old newspapers, we'd pasted together. A message had been hastily smeared on it. Keep out, danger due to cave in. I think we should go forward. Well, that's a noise. Just want to check the room before I move forward. My hands tingled from the burn of sliding down that rope. It was lucky I found that. Who knows what would have happened if I had jumped down. Still, it was all I could do to not have rushed out of that awful place. That rack, those terrible tools. What the hell was going on back there? The metal door groaned as I leaned into it, causing my heart to skip a beat at the sound. As I peered ahead into the dark of the next room, I worried that I should have taken that gun I saw. But me? With a gun? Well, that's odd. An exposed ventilation shaft. Maybe someone crawled through there? But it was so high up, that must have been a sore landing. Ladder or door? Let's do door. I could hear a faint trickling sound like water. What was that? Oh, an exit. There was a rusty ladder sunk into the water, which smelled disgusting. I knew I couldn't climb down that. Maybe I could find a way to drain the putrid water. Something on the floor here. A kitchen knife covered in drying blood. Thinking about it made me sick. I didn't even want to touch it. Did I take the knife? 1. So no, we did not. I was relieved to leave the filthy knife right where I found it. Wonder if I should take that ladder before getting any further, but this is gonna be a fun video to edit. The door was locked. There was a musty smell from inside. Well, this one opens. I wasn't sure, but I thought it was some kind of regulator. I had no idea how it worked. There's a valve, though. I thought I could turn this water valve to shut off its flow. Did I turn it? Yes. Anything that feels like we need to do it to move on, I'm just not going to roll the dice. I'm going to stop mentioning that now. This one, I thought I could turn the water valve. Yep. 3 and 4. Wish I could make this go faster, the text, but I don't seem like I can. Still sounds like something is working. I don't think I turned off all the valves. By the way, if it looks like I'm having a hard problem putting my light up, it's because the way this keyboard is, it's a like small wireless remote one. So the arrow keys are all bunched together in a not a good way. Alright, probably need to find something to open that door. That was the knife, that's the exit. Well, I guess we can see if we opened the way out yet. No. So let's take the ladder up. Disgusting. It was a mess of filthy garbage bags. There were rips and tears in most of the bags. What looked like an old videotape was sticking out. Did I take the tape? 5, so no. I didn't want to keep hauling junk around. Let's see if there's anything at the tops here. Alright. I hope I don't actually need that videotape. So the water's still running. So that means I need a key. So let's see if I've missed anything. Through the dust I can see handprints from the previous use, probably from whoever worked in these sewers. So did I miss something? Oh. Oh, okay. I see. That's not cool game, but whatever. I'll turn these valves. Oh, you didn't know you didn't turn it all the way? Well, aren't you an idiot? If I have to do that for every freaking valve. Alright. Alright, checked 1. Double check 2. Three. Yes. Valve was still active. Yes. Valve was still active. Yes. Looked like I turned off the one. Okay, so hopefully now they're all done. That was annoying. To the exit. Alright. Looked like the water drained out of that grate in the wall. There was a small metal key left floating in the shallow pool of rancid water. Did I take it? 2, yes we did. I pocketed the small key, but it was so odd-shaped I had no idea what it might open. Okay, I'm going to take my mouse off the screen because it seems I can use Y and N to make those choices. So I don't have to... Actually... Yep, still need my mouse, so that's not great. Oh, I can actually move with my mouse. Interesting. Not really the best way to do that, but whatever. The safety poster had definitely seen better days. How old was that facility? The faded paper was yellow and dusty, but there had obviously been wiped off recently. The door was locked. I could see a faint light within. Well, let's take the ladder. Actually, I wonder if I can use my key on that. Alright. Just checking if it was like, you have to click again to be able to notice, oh, my key can fit. Well, this room looks nice. Let's go this way first. There was a security camera in the room. There must have been a way to see what happened. No, another dead body. A sewer worker. He was a mess, but he looked like he'd been stabbed. I can see a keyring that had fallen out of his pocket. Did I take it? 6, yes. I worked up the nerve to snatch the keyring away and put it in my own pocket. So this probably opens the door down here. I used the keyring to unlock the door. Let's see. The shelf full of security tapes was strictly organized, though covered in dust. Must have been old if they were still using VHSs. Odd, one of the tapes was missing. The one in the garbage. The security desk was dusty and there was a dirty coffee cup there. The VCR looked like it still worked. Well, I'm not going back for that tape, so let's go. The dice has already said, no tape. I am not taking the tape. I could smell a hint of fresh air here. I was anxious to leave, but I couldn't help wonder what that key unlocked. This must have been the other end of that ventilation shaft. Whoever used it could have gone past that flooded room with this. But we used our brains. I wonder what was in that locked room I passed. Should I have gone back to check? Which room? Which room? Did I miss a room? I gingerly climbed the ladder, my leg protesting with each step of the way. Oh, there was a room by the valves, wasn't there? Oh well. Suddenly the awful smell of that sewer gave way to the dank scent of pine trees. Oh, seems nice. Oh, that's the way back in. Nice walk home. Now that the horror is over, we can just walk home and call it a day. Oh look, a ladder. An old ladder leading up to an ancient water tower. The ladder needed to be extended so I can climb it. Did I extend the ladder? A 4, yes I did. I popped the latch and brought the ladder down. Alright. Oh, good. Take the ladder. Some nice bird noises. Oi. In a patch of smeared dirt and grass, there was a beat-up old wallet. I thought it was mine. Did I take it? Why would your thing be here? No. I wasn't sure I wanted to carry anything around, something so incriminating. Why is your wallet incriminating? From the railing I could see over the woods and down to the entrance of the sewers. Had I come through there before? If I did, someone definitely could have seen me. Let's see, can we examine these claw marks? Doesn't look like it. And that's just broken. Alright. Can't read that. Oh, a locked door. I tried the little key I had finished out of the murky puddle in the sewers. It fit, and I heaved open the rusty door. The wind was picking up a bit. The night air had become strangely chilling. I don't know why that's strange. But let's head back, see if there's anything off to the side, and there is. This must have been the entrance to the forest that was mentioned on the map I had seen. Whoever was poking around in these tunnels underneath that man's house had scribbled notes on this place, but I couldn't make them out. Here the sign pointed out various campsites and walking paths within the woods. It mentioned a river and maybe a washroom, but the rest was too faded to see clearly. Okay, I think that way might be the way out, so let's go back through that door. through these high-pitched doors, I should say. Very annoying. And we are at some kind of building. Maybe a community center? Oh, the old trade station was quiet as a tomb. The only sound was that of the increasing wind buffeting the decrepit structure. Hope I went the right way. Oh, the ancient ticket booth was falling apart and covered in dust and grime. Stacks of paper lined the counter, faded remains of old schedules and reports. Among the papers were newer-looking sheets covered in scribbles and ineligible notes. Come to think of it, the man in that house had kept similar scribbles hidden on his bookshelf, and he had notes on that water tower outside too. I guess he could have been coming here, but why? What was he using this old station for? I don't remember this, so I wonder if this is a path I haven't taken before, or if maybe it was added at some point. Because the game didn't have achievements the first time I played back in 2012. Let's see, an old map encased in glass hung on the wall. It was the train routes connected to that old station. As I looked at it, it seemed familiar. Of course, the map I found in those tunnels had similar locations marked, and the notes I found on the other man's bookshelf. His notes mentioned the water tower and even this train yard. What was he doing coming back here? Alright, seems we got out. Oh, what's this? A train? The torn opening of the ruined train were heaps of dirt and stale water. At the bottom, I thought I saw a scrap of cloth. As I looked closer, I could see that it was definitely some kind of nylon. Maybe a windbreaker or some other outdoor clothing? There was too much of a mess on the ground to see any kind of footprints, but someone, or something, had definitely trod a regular path. It doesn't seem I can go any further. Let me just double check here really quick. Let's see, maybe bring this up a bit. The wind was biting through my clothes, and I wasn't sure what else to make of the place. Alright, I guess that's everything with the train station. Can't go any further, right? No. Alright, let's get out here and go through the high-pitch doors. Alright. Man, those doors are terrible. Oh. Oh, no. This is gonna be fun. I swear if this is a maze. Through the fence I can see a dilapidated out. Ah, man, what is with my tongue today? Through the fence I can see a building. I wonder if I could find my way around. I'm so terrible with words sometimes. I'm just gonna choose randomly because that's the best way. That's creepy. There were some personal effects shoved back into the rock. Wait, there was a note there too? Did I read it? Let's find out. 3, so no. I just wanted to get the hell out of these woods. Alright, and was there anything this way? No. So that one was a bust. Let's try this one. Okay, this is here. Let's see if we can go over here. Yep. Oh. No, 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 no. Don't bonk. Don't boon? Ah, can't read it. Anyway, this place looks welcoming. The grimy sink had a small patch in it that looked almost clean. That's weird. A musty wooden plank propped up the stall door. It didn't really seem useful. Did I bother to take it? Oh, dice, tell me what to say. Oh god. 5, and that's behind my monitor right now. So, hit no, and I'm going to reach for it. I didn't see the point in carrying that hunk of wood around. There's nothing else here. I was hoping we were out of the woods. Alright, can't use WASD. Alright, I don't remember which one got me there. Oh! The sign was the same as the first one I had seen. This must have been the exit to the other side of the woods. Yes. I had finally found the exit. Once I left, I knew I never wanted to return there. Yeah, me too, because there was a maze. I had stumbled through that dense forest with little grace and no sense of direction whatsoever. At least now, I thought, the air seemed to thin out a bit, and it was lighter on the path ahead. I could almost see a way out, so I must have been closer to town. Still, that forest had felt awful and ominous, and though it looked like I was finally out of its worst parts, I could sense its gaze still upon me. Perhaps the woods didn't want me seeing what it held. But what, I wondered, could that be? I think we're giving a little bit too much expectations to the woods. Maybe the woods is just creepy. Okay, nice little walk path home. Finally done with all this spooky stuff, I'm sure. As I stepped through the gate, I suddenly recognized the auto parts factory where I had worked as a machinist for all those years. The plant had closed almost 3 years ago now. Times were better then. I thought I could hear a faint rustling behind me. Maybe it was just the wind. No, you can just go through this hole in the fence. Cool. Oh, more dead bodies. Cool. Yeah, awesome. Not another victim. I took it from his uniform that he was a security guard there, just doing his job. His head had been severely beaten, and his face was covered with blood. Dug in the ground was a cracked old watch. It was mine. I bought it on a trip out west with Rachel. I barely went a day without wearing it. It didn't look like it worked anymore, and it was heavy. Did I take it back? Did I take my watch back? Let's find out. 6, yes we did. Sentimentally, we take our watch back. Even though it no longer ran, I clasped the watch around my wrist. Alright, bye dead guy. Why do dead people seem to be around me and my things? So odd. That was probably my door closing, okay. Probably not another door somewhere in this building. One of the lockers hung open. Its contents were tossed around like someone had been looking for something. Old work clothes had been picked through, and a few photos and notes had been ripped off the door and spread around. Oh. The sign looks like it was highlighted, but it's not. The door was locked shut, and there was a little electronic box under the handle. A sign was pasted to the front that said, "Closed for repairs." There was a large power box with 5 lights on it. Cables burst out of the box, snaking off to other parts of the factory. The metal was starting to wear, and cobwebs had collected on the corners. The box wasn't receiving power. Alright, let's see if we can fix that. The door was locked tight. It seemed to be connected to the power box besides it. Alright, I can fix electricity. That's how you say that. Every part of this plant smelled old and rotten. I noticed the old bulletin board on the wall. The board contained yellow clippings of newspapers, cartoons, and notices. There were notes to and from the guys that worked there. One of them was to Norman, who was one of the older guys on the line. Norman took over a general store after the factory closed. He and Rachel and I would get lunch every now and then. Rachel liked him because he seemed more positive despite the setback. I don't think I could say the same about me. A power panel looked like it was shut off. Did I push the switch? Yes, because we need the power. Oh, another locker? The open locker was stuffed with dirty work clothes and old boxes. Old boots. Boxes, that's a very lazy reading from me. There was a photo of a woman taped to the inside, but it was scratched out, and the face was unrecognizable. You know what? I may have to hit this multiple times. Let's go double check the other one. Yeah, look at that. Still red. At least this has a graphic to, let me know if it's on or not. It was shut tight. There was a rusty-looking card slot on the side. Alright, well, guess we have to look for a card as well. Though I don't think the card is a necessary thing, so that's up to the dice to decide. Our old break table. The layer of dust and grime only made seeing this sting more. Okay. I mean, there's a lot of things at your old job that, can give you feelings, but this guy getting feelings from a table? Bit odd. This was Norman's locker. The door was dented like someone had punched it. I don't remember him doing that when we worked here. Another panel. Yes. A utility shelf crammed with mismatched tools and items. There was a claw hammer on the shelf. Did I take the hammer? 1. No, I did not. This whole place reeked of disuse and disrepair. What was I going to do with a hammer here? Like how when we find something that can be used to defend ourselves, the dice is just like, nah, fuck you. The locker was a complete mess. Hidden at the bottom, though, was a magnetic card. Did I take the card? Let us find out. 5. No. I left the card in the locker. Another panel. Yep. Still not on. Yes. Still not on? Yes? Okay, I don't understand, but whatever. Another panel. Yes. Yep, come on. There we go. And it sounds like we turned on all the electricity. Oh. The door had been hastily boarded up. Did I just miss that the first time? Weird. Probably could have used that claw hammer to open that. But whatever. Oh, we did get... No, we didn't get the key card. Did we? I rolled a 5, no. That's the nice thing about physical dice. You can just look to see where it landed the last time you rolled it. With the power box working again, the door was unlocked. Did I go through? Yes. I pushed the handle and stepped through the door. A rack of flashlights hung on the wall. One of them was missing. Oh, that's weird, and I found this random flashlight in the house. So odd. A lot of things point to me going through this whole path to the house. But that can't be the case. I stopped noticing the dull ache in my leg when a terrible sensation wormed its way down my spine. Even in the cool night air, everything felt too close. I never felt alone or unmolested. I tried to tell myself it was just the sight of that dead guard that was throwing me off. The poor bastard looked like he had been done in while on patrol. Was the flashlight I carried his? How did I come to possess it then? As I looked around the wet yard, the light seemed less a blessing and more of a mysterious omen. I had to keep moving, though I had to find Rachel. Oh, a nice car. A rusty old truck had careened off the road and into the guardrail. Its front was crushed and its windows had all been smashed. Judging by the rust, it had been there for a while. Guess I gotta have to go through this, hole in the fence. Dumpster, trash cans. Sounded like it was going to start raining again. That's nice. I'd entered Norman's place. This was the back of the store that he ran. It was oddly quiet except for the faint sound of a television. Why would we go in here? Like, shouldn't we be heading home? Like, this house shouldn't be in between or, getting home. There should be a street. You shouldn't... Whatever. Whatever. Maybe I'm overthinking things. Screw it. Let's go upstairs. I think the TV is to the right. That's what it sounds like in my ears, at least. What the hell? One of Rachel's old autumn coats hung on a rack? That was Norman's bedroom, wasn't it? What was this doing there? Maybe she left it at, one of the lunches and he kept it for the next time they saw you, Don't think the worst. Oh, guns. There was a well-maintained gun cabinet here in Norman's room. I didn't know much about guns, but it looked like he kept a few hunting rifles. I knew Norman hunted occasionally, but I didn't know him to be such a collector. Alright. I guess I was wrong and the TV's this way. Oh, blood on the floor. Fun. Huh. What is this? It looked like a pull chain hanging from the ceiling. I wonder where it led. Did I pull the chain? Actually thought that was a light switch, but okay. 2, yes I did. I gave the chain a single tongue and a simple folding ladder to the attic pop down. Let's check the TV first. The TV still flickered some indecipherable channel. Oh look, a dead body! Oh no, I couldn't believe what I was saying. Norman, my coworker and one of the few friends I had in this town, lay dead beside his armchair. His face and shirt were covered in blood. It looked like he had been killed trying to get up. His eyes were still wide with shock. Norman, what was Rachel doing here? Why did you have her coat? Norman, maybe you deserved better. You probably did. Did I close his eyes? In real life, I would probably never do that because I'd never want to touch a dead body, but let's see what the dice tells me to do. 1, no I did not. Sorry, Norman, but at the moment I was too confused to worry about you. I needed to find Rachel to find some answers. I guess this was Norman's kitchen table. He kept it clean enough, but there were water rings from the cups still there in the wood. The kitchen trash bin smelled fresh. I didn't dig through that mess, did I? Well, we refused to touch a dead body, but we will go through the bin because we rolled a 6. I found a hairpin amongst the rotting food and trash and pocketed it. Could be useful. Alright, let's go to the attic. That's where everyone keeps their secrets. Isn't that right, Norman? Alright, you seem busy with being dead and all. Alright, way back down, a window. Shackles! Like, that's shackles, right? Some clothes. There was a large cardboard box that hadn't been sealed. Did I open it? 6, yes I did. I opened up the old cardboard box and wasn't entirely surprised by what I saw. There were more of Rachel's things, more of my wife's clothes. Photos, shoes, even that old radio I gave her. Why, Rachel? What were you doing here with Norman? I mean, maybe she gave Norman the clothes to sell. Like, he ran a general store, maybe he sold secondhand items, I don't know. And honestly, a radio as a gift is kinda shitty, dude. Just gonna say. Alright, so I went down that way because I thought it was where the TV was, so let's go down the stairs. And maybe leave? Ah, I used the hairpin to pick the lock. The hairpin snapped in half, so I threw it away. Ah, I guess we needed to go through the trash. The general store was small, but it was clean. It had the usual things: postcards, snacks, magazines, and canned goods. I never went there much. Rachel usually stopped by after work if we needed anything. The register was mostly empty, and a fat stack of travel magazines sat beside it. Alright. The iceboxes seemed to be unplugged. It must have been off a while. Most of the contents were half melted. There were various postcards from the area, especially from the tourist traps. One of the postcards showed an old black and white photo of the water tower. It looked to be in much better shape then. Well, that's generally how things work. In the past, things tend to look better. Because after a few age, after things age, they tend to look worse. Sometimes they look better, but not all the time. That night continued to take horrible turn after horrible turn. It's been weeks since I last seen Norman, but to find him like that? Who could have done that to him? Seeing that dusty box of those old clothes was a shock. How long had they been there? And what was Rachel doing at Norman's place? I felt like I had only discovered more questions, no answers, but I was close to home. It was time to find out the truth. It was locked. This wasn't the right gate. The gate was locked tight. This wasn't my house. This one swung right open, so it must be mine. Because I refuse to lock things. Oh. Ah. Why would there be a gate on the sidewalk? Yeah, I can't even picture how that would work in real life. Oh, what's this? The neighborhood's local post box. A letter was sticking out as if someone hadn't pushed it in all the way. I knew it wasn't right, but did I look at the letter? I mean, I think that's a federal offense, but I'll let the dice decide that. 5. No, we did not. I left the letter right where it was. The neighborhood mail wasn't my problem. I had the wrong gate. This one was locked. I think I saw blood. I had entered our backyard. The rain gave me a terrible sense of foreboding, and it chilled me through my clothes. I was expectant, but also afraid. I never did fix this gate. It was stuck. I needed to press on. There was no turning back at that point. Alright, so I saw blood right as we entered, so I missed that. Oh well. Guess that's supposed to be flowers or something on the ground there. I held my breath as I approached our back door. I was terrified to step inside. The house was painfully quiet. The only sound was my own breathing, ragged and strained. This is really loud in my headphones right now. I flicked the light switch by the door. The power was off. I remembered having breakfast here on this very table. Was that yesterday or sometime before? The door to the basement, it was locked. Where had I put the damn key? The front door was locked from inside. I couldn't go out, though I needed to see if Rachel was here. The door was stuck shut. There was an old-fashioned keyhole underneath the handle. Shouldn't you know, like, your house... Like, why did you have to point it out? Couldn't you just say, hey, it's a keyhole, it's locked. There's a key to it somewhere. Our television had purchased it. I had purchased it before I knew I was going to lose my job. I felt pretty guilty about it afterwards, but by then it was too late. Man, I mean, yeah, you can feel guilty about that, but you didn't know. Like, come on. Books. The books there were half mine, half Rachel's. Hey, now that I looked more closely, it looked like the man in the house had some of the same books I did. Weird. My wife's, Rachel's suitcase was sitting on the bed. It was closed, but I had a feeling what was in it. Did I open it? I mean, I would assume there's clothes inside of it. 6. Yes, I did. Rachel's suitcase contained clothes, toiletries, and a train ticket. Is this what you were going to do with Norman? Rachel, why? Were you really going to run away with Norman? Was I really such a monster? I mean, a lot of signs kind of point to yes. Not gonna lie. Our hallway mirror had been smashed, its pieces scattered around the floor. Our sink, which needed to be replaced, one of the taps always stuck, but I hadn't got around to fixing it yet. We were lucky enough to get a house with one of those wonderful old claw-footed bathtubs. I honestly do like the style of these tubs as well, just a weird detail to put in the game. It seems impractical at times, but it was part of what made the house a home. Looks like a plant fell down, or maybe that's just how it's supposed to look. My laptop had been left on and only had a tiny bit of power left. On the screen was a website about the old water tower. There was a key at the top of the drawer on my desk. Did I take it? Yes, because we need it. The laptop was warm. It had been running for a while. So when I had a laptop back in the day, I used to always just have it plugged in because it was a stationary laptop. I didn't really take it to places. So it's odd that the battery is dying on this instead of being plugged in. But maybe the power's out. I mean, we have to use a flashlight to get around our own home. Did I go in here? I probably did. Yes. Alright, let's head downstairs. One more time? Hold on, let's see if this opens this door. Nope, doesn't work. Should be in the basement now. There were old Christmas decorations in the box. The garbage bags were stuffed with old paint cans and supplies. There was a dirty old key there. Did I take it? Well, that's probably for that room, but let's see what the dice says. 2, so yes we do. I took the small key and tried to remember what it unlocked. I have a suspicion. So pretty much they haven't been in this room since they moved in, it seems, if they lost the key. It looked like the room had been tossed around. The furniture was a mess. Did somebody break in here? Oh. There was an old crowbar on the floor. Did I need to take the crowbar? Let us find out. 4, yes we do. Did. I lifted the heavy crowbar. I appreciated its weight. That's a weird thing to say, but okay. We probably need the crowbar anyway. So, thankfully the dice let us have it. instead of me having to backtrack. Oh, I can't wait to get through this because the noise in my headphones. It's, let's see, what is it peaking at? Almost 10 decibels. Wow. There were old clothes, tools, and other things we obviously hadn't thrown out yet. Did I break through the wall with the crowbar? Yes. With a heave, I swung the crowbar at the wall. I smashed a hole large enough to step through. As I stepped through the broken wall, my breath caught in my throat. This was it. Was Rachel down there? Was she okay? Don't look. Don't look. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I should look. A filthy-looking pile of rags had been dumped in the corner. The stench of them was awful and made my eyes water. I was terrified to even touch the pile to see what lay within, but I knew I had to. I had come this far. After all this searching, after all I had seen, when I looked within the rags, did I finally find my Rachel? I don't know. Let's find out. 3. No, Rachel was not there. The rags were wet, matted, covered in dirt and grime. But inside that tattered mess was no sign of my beloved wife. Rachel wasn't there. I looked around in confusion, trying to figure out what to do next. If she wasn't there, where was she? What had I been searching for this entire time? I remember the look on Rachel's face when I came home, didn't I? Then the awful realization hit me, right in the gut. I had been looking at this the wrong way, hadn't I? This is what you've been trying to tell me all along, isn't it? I couldn't find Rachel there, and I won't find her anywhere else because she was never there at all, was she? I stumbled back upstairs, the pain in my leg just a dull ache now, and sat down in my bedroom. My mind was spinning and the ache I felt before was near crippling. Finally, I could no longer fight the exhaustion, and as I tried to grab the hold of something that would make sense of all of this, I must have drifted off. Does it just start from the beginning now, or? Let's see. So I think we're in the house. I wonder if there's anything new? I used to tell myself that Rachel was the one who wanted to keep the tub. In the dirty faded glass, I looked like nothing more than a fainted shadow. Okay, let's look around, because there seems to be new descriptions for everything. I guess these books were all actually mine then. So you now need a different reason to kill for killing Norman, but whatever. In the shards of that broken mirror, I could see my face, gaunt, now, hollow and sickly, and immensely troubled. What other illusions had I dreamed up? What other truths were waiting to be exposed? The laptop had finally run out of power. Let's see. One thing in this room was a crowbar. My old office safe sat on the floor. It used a digital passcode. Did I try to open it? 4. Yes, we did. The safe used an 8-code digit. What was the damn code again? 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0. No, that wasn't it. Damn, I couldn't remember. Wonder if there's a way to figure that out in game, or if that's a online secret. Let's see, anything in here? TV? I had that old TV for so long, I don't know if I could ever replace it. It was a piece of junk, but I couldn't really afford anything newer. Oh! So that changed. Cool. Because I believe that was the new TV he bought and felt guilty about. It seemed like I had seen all there was. Maybe I thought I was ready to go back into the basement. Sure. Let's just check the kitchen really quick. How many breakfasts had I eaten there completely alone? That should be everything in here. Wonder what we're gonna do in the basement. Can't click on anything anymore, so that's interesting. The wall was cracked and pitted. I was told by the inspector the basement had been partially filled in before I bought the home. But by the look of that wall, I was going to need to fix the foundation. Everything smelled musty and old down there. Huh. So we didn't even crack the wall open, it seems. Can I just leave? That was it. With Rachel gone, I couldn't stand to be in that house a moment longer. Did I leave and say goodbye to that nightmare forever? Let's find out. 4, yes we did. Since I arrived in town, things had been difficult. Working in the plant, though, had been good for me. It kept me in line, gave me something to do, and helped me get away from my past. When the factory closed, everything changed. I guess that was when I had started sleepwalking, disappearing for hours at a time. Drinking was probably just a way to deal with that. It was almost as if I was trying to beat my brain at its own game. Things stopped making sense sometime after that, and my memories of what happened are still in flux. I suppose that was when Rachel came along. This night had been the worst of my entire life. Would it even be possible to bounce back from everything that had happened? Everything I'd seen? You know, in a way, I almost wish it hadn't even woken up tonight. It would have spared me a lot of pain. For starters, the man I had found in that old place. Who had killed him? And why was I even there? And what was hidden within those sewers I had found? The tunnel to the man's house obviously led there. But was there something I missed? Was I so busy worrying about Rachel that I was blind? The forest especially was a difficult maze. I wouldn't rest easier if I never saw its like again. The old factory used to be a haven of sorts, but when I saw it tonight, it was anything but. Those faded walls, those long dead sounds, they had stirred something in the back of my mind, but I wasn't sure what. I had to catch my breath to take it all in. At each point until the factory, things had only gotten worse. But then going to Norman's store, that's where the confusion and doubt started to set in. That's when my perspective on all this really started to change. Norman was dead, but I had no idea what happened to him, or what the box of clothes I had found in his attic meant. Did he know? But as painful as all that was, oh no, I couldn't bear to think about it again. After all I had seen and done, finally coming home was supposed to be the end to this entire ordeal. I had no idea, though, that it was only the beginning. The silence in the house when I first stepped through the kitchen door, that should have been my first clue. To think that I went through all of that, completely unaware of what I would discover. Did you know before the end? Did you mock me when you finally showed me the truth? You don't know what it's like to have everything ripped away from you in a heartbeat. How could I possibly go on? Now knowing what I'd do without Rachel? Even the thought of Rachel, I was truly lost. As the door swung open, I could smell the damp grass and the closeness of the air. After everything, it felt like I had more questions than answers. You made me see the truth. I'll give you that. But now I was completely lost. You took the only thing that had kept me going. I was sure word would get out, and soon enough the police would come looking for me. And what then? Would you be there to show me the way? What will I do then? Depends if the game continues going. Nope. So that was Home. It is a fun little narrative game, $3 on Steam. I'm going to assume it's $3 on the other platforms as well. And yeah, I liked it a lot. I've played 3 hours of this before, so about 3 playthroughs. I don't remember much, but there are different endings and different things you can do with the items, of course. So, you know, if you like this, maybe Home is dedicated to my wife Nancy. Watch your back. That's a bit threatening. So yeah, if you wanna, you know, go play the game yourself, go for it. It's fun. It's only $3. It's on PC, PS4, PlayStation Vita if you have one of those. I wonder if the Vita store is still open, actually. The online store. And iOS, of course, if you have an iPhone. I guess it's on Android. It wasn't listed on the website, but I'll go double check in case. But yeah, that was Home. Thanks for watching. If you like this, hit like. If you want to say something about the game, comment below. And yeah. If you want to subscribe, that's cool too. I'm sorry, my brain's a little flustered. But thanks for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day. Oh man, it really got dark. I was only playing for an hour though. It seems to be raining outside. Okay, well that makes sense. The fuck was that? I'm the only one that's supposed to be home. Oh.